Hey, what up, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. The Dodgers declined Justin Turner's option. They extended the qualifying offer to Tyler Anderson and Trea Turner. We're going to break it all down just a second, but quick reminder, for all latest Dodgers news and rumors all offseason long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comments section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. Do you want to see Justin Turner back with the Dodgers on a cheaper contract? Do you want to see him re-sign with LA? Let me know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. Is this it for Justin Turner and the Dodgers? Well, today the Dodgers declined to pick up JT's $16 million club option for the 2023 season, making the two-time All-Star third baseman a free agent. JT will receive a $2 million buyout, and before you start feeling bad for Ginger Jesus, here are his career earnings. On today's edition of What Did They Make in Their Career, JT's at $90.5 million. Remember, he signed that $64 million deal with LA, then he signed that $34 million deal with LA. The question now is, will the Dodgers bring him back next season on a lesser contract? And we're going to throw out some numbers in just a second, but the first question I have is, one, how good of a player is JT at this stage of his career? He's going to turn 38 years old later this month. We know that he said recently he wants to play into his 40s, and he had this to say on Rogan and Rodney the other day about his future. I definitely want to continue to play. I'm hoping everything works out and it's in a Dodger uniform, because obviously I've spent the last 9 years here. My career has taken off here. Our foundation has been doing wonderful things here, and we want to continue that. It'd be great to end my career as a Dodger, but things don't always go as planned. We don't know what's going to happen, but I do still feel I love playing the game. I love showing up every day. I love the teaching aspect of it, spending time with the young guys and spending time in the cage talking about it. The way my second half went, I definitely know there's more in the tank, and I want to keep going. And then earlier in the week, Dodgers president of baseball operations, Andrew Friedman, he had this to say. He told reporters the priority is that we show up in Glendale, and for him, Justin Turner, to be a part of what we're doing next year. What exactly that looks like, we need time to work through. So it definitely sounds like there is mutual interest, but let's be honest, Father of Time is undefeated, and I find it very telling that the Dodgers didn't just pick up that $16 million club option, considering everything he's meant to this franchise, considering he's been so pivotal to the Dodgers during this run, not just on the field, but also in the clubhouse, in the dugout, as their clubhouse leader, as their unofficial captain. And I think for the Dodgers, look, the reality is, yes, they spend money, but they spend it wisely, and they realize that Justin Turner is a declining asset. And when you look at his numbers last season, he slashed 278, 350, 438 with a 123 weighted runs created plus. He had 36 doubles, 13 dingers, and his season got off to a slow start. He was cold for the first few months of the season, and then he got woken up thanks to Joe Musgrove. He hit 2 dongs off of him on June 30th. Then after the game, Joe Musgrove famously said that JT wasn't a threat, and then JT proceeded to be one of the best and most consistent hitters in all of Major League Baseball for the remainder of the season. Before the 2 dongs against Joe Musgrove, JT was slashing 217, 290, 344 for an 80 WRC plus in 69 games. And then after that, in his final 57 games of the season, JT slashed 356, 427, 563 with a 180 WRC plus in 9 home runs and 43 RBIs. So he definitely woke up. He definitely found his stroke, but unfortunately, Turner is just not turning heads versus high velocity pitching. Last year against power pitchers, JT slashed 221, 300, 344 for a 644 OPS. You compare that to the big league average, it's 216, 295, 351, and a 646 OPS. So that continues to be the problem for Justin Turner in the later stages of his career, is his inability to catch up with high velocity fastballs, and you saw that in the NLDS against the Padres. He had opportunities in big spots. You saw him go down swinging against Suarez, and he just hasn't been good in the last few years in the postseason. He's 6'4" his last 47 in the 2021 and 2022 postseasons combined, and yes, he did go down with a hamstring injury in 2020. 2021. But the bottom line is that he just hasn't been producing in the postseason like he had earlier in his Dodgers career. Yes, he has countless Dodgers postseason stats. He definitely holds those records, but a lot of that has to do with how many opportunities that he's gotten. And he's just been a great player, a great pillar of this franchise. But I think the Dodgers have already indicated that they are going to go with a youth movement. I think next season, Max Muncy, Miguel Vargas, he won't be slotted in there as the permanent third base or anything like that, but I do think he'll get some opportunities. You could see a rotation with Muncy, Vargas, and possibly Chris Taylor, or if Justin Turner comes back, he'll be in that mix. And I also think that, hey, this is a Dodger team that's really benefited from JT, but I think if they're trying to shake things up, maybe they realize he is that clubhouse leader. Maybe you do bring in some new blood, some fresh voices, and maybe you shake things up just a little bit, because I'm just very curious to see how competitive of an offer LA is going to make to JT. Because if they make him an offer, let's say 2 years, $20 million, 2 years, $22 million, and you consider the fact that they saved $14 million by not picking up that club option, does it make that much sense? Because I do think the Dodgers, one of their priorities this offseason is trying to manage their money smartly. And I do think they possibly might want to reset the CBT and stay under that $233 million threshold. That way, next year, they can sign Shohei Ohtani and add him to this group. I think that is their top priority. I think that is their big fish. I think they want to bring Ohtani to the Dodgers. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't go crazy this offseason and make these gigantic signings. But when it comes to Justin Turner, he absolutely could be back in LA. I see him hopefully back on a deal, 1 year, $8 million, 1 year, $10 million. But I do think there are going to be more teams out there than you would expect. Because look, his bat-to-ball skills, they're still really good. He can still help a team out there. He just struggles in the postseason at this point in his career, also against high-velocity pitching. I've been saying it for years now. But, hey, he's been a great Dodger. If this is it, that's going to be a memory that we'll cherish, because he is an iconic Dodger, and he's going to be a part of the Dodger community, the LA community, with his foundation for decades and decades. And hopefully he becomes the skipper of the Dodgers one day. But, hey, look, Garvey, Ron Sagan, and his career in LA, there's tons and tons of Dodger legends that didn't end in LA, so it's not that far-fetched to think he'll be in another uniform before he hangs him up. I think the team to look out for is possibly the New York Mets. They're a team where, hey, they released Justin Turner. Maybe JT flips the script and says, hey, now the chip on my shoulder is against the Dodgers, so I want to go back to the Mets and prove to the Dodgers that they were wrong in not picking up that club option. This is a guy that has a lot of grit, and look, he's a great story. He was a non-roster invitee back in 2014, and he went on to be a multi-time All-Star, made almost $100 million in his career. So I definitely think there's a pretty solid chance that he will be back. Both sides have already expressed interest in working something out, but I also wouldn't be surprised, too, if he signed with another team that allowed him to take on a more prominent role than the Dodgers are comfortable offering him at this stage of his career. Because JT is a baseball junkie. He is a baseball rat. He likes to play. Would he really want to take on a bench role with the Dodgers? He's a proud guy, a multi-time All-Star. Does he want to assume that Chase Utley, that Albert Pujols role, or does he want to play with another team where he can get more opportunities, more at-bats, and really just have a reinvigorated, motivated change of scenery? I think that definitely is a possibility as well. And maybe the Dodgers, they are trying to save some money. Maybe they are looking to upgrade around the margins. Maybe they do pursue a Brandon Drury type, a younger utility guy that can hit for more power. I mean, I think that definitely is something that could be in the cards as well. But I think there is mutual interest. I think at the end of the day that if I had to pick, I think there's a solid chance he comes back to the Dodgers on that reduced role that we talked about. But if that's it, JT, I think is an LA legend. I'm not saying you retire his number, but I definitely see him as an iconic Dodger. And look, let's be honest. If the Dodgers went on to win the World Series, they probably do pick up that club option. If he has a big postseason, they probably would reward him for some work past due. But remember, when you sign a deal, it's for what you're going to do in the future, not for what you've done in the past. And I think the Dodgers, they know that more regression is on the way for JT. So for fans that want Justin Turner back with the Dodgers next season, don't panic just yet. It's not over. There's still a solid chance that he returns to LA, but this could be it for one of the most iconic Dodgers in recent years. And the next, the Dodgers, they did officially extend the qualifying offer to Trea Turner and Tyler Anderson. Now, I can tell you, Trea Turner is not going to accept that $19.7 $19.65 million qualifying offer. So the Dodgers will get some draft pick compensation if he does sign with another team. Now, Tyler Anderson, that's a different story because, like I pointed out yesterday, he's made close to $18 million in his career. So a $19.65 million one-year qualifying offer, that's going to be a nice payday. But look, we know lefties, they tend to be late bloomers at times. I still think there is a solid chance the Dodgers work out a multi-year deal. I would say it's probably 50-50 as to whether or not he picks up that qualifying offer. But there also are some other teams that are interested. The Angels are interested in Tyler Anderson. There will be other teams that will inquire about his services. And I think at the end of the day, he knows how his bread is buttered. He knows that if he comes back to the Dodgers, they're going to put him in a great position to have success and maybe make another all-star team like he did in 2021. So currently I'm at 3 years, $45 million, somewhere in that range. I think you get great value. I think he's a guy that does not rely on high-velocity pitching. You know he's got that dog in him, and I think that he returns to the Dodgers, and I think it's very, very important that he does to help solidify and fortify this rotation for next season. So let me know down below in the comment section, do you want to see Justin Turner back with the Dodgers? To me, I'm fine either way. I definitely have this motto, out with the old, in with the blue. I want to see a youth movement in LA, and I want to see them let the young guys play and see what they have, and also just change things up. Sometimes change is good, but on the same token, he still can help this team, and at a reduced rate, he still can provide a lot of value. But let me know down below. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all latest Dodgers news and rumors all off-season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And as always, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.